Well, it's tough because it's very difficult to enforce. There's so many things that go on inside the car today. So much technology that we got that takes our attention away. I mean, people grooming, people eating, and all those sorts of things. But it's very difficult to meet the standards of our statute. And more times than not, our folks are charged with reckless driving because we try to see the driving behavior and make our charges based on that. But it's really tough. I mean, just having kids in the car is a distraction. So there's so many things that we do in this fast-paced world that we're in today that's a challenge to our driving and our driving behavior. Well, this incredible summit that now we're in our second iteration of is pretty incredible. To draw all of the safety advocates together, partnerships across public and private sectors, where we're all speaking from the same hymnal and talking about distractions and trying to emphasize what we can do to combat them. I think learning from one another and passing it down to clients or passing it down to employees or certainly passing it down to the citizens that share the roads with us every day. It really is something that has taken off, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Well, I think we have to keep preaching the sermon. I'm in getting ready to turn into my 40th year in law enforcement, and you know, sometimes it's a little frustrating to think that for 40 years I've been saying, you know, don't drink and drive, don't speed, you know, pay attention to your driving and don't be distracted. But we've made an impact. It's difficult to measure that how many people weren't killed or how many people weren't injured, how many accidents were avoided. But we have to know that we're making an impact, and we've got to keep singing those songs and keep trying to get that word out. So, you know, all we have to reach is one person. Yeah, well, the Drive to Save Lives is a new program that we kicked off down in New Orleans back in March. And never before in my career have you gotten 41 colonels from state police and highway patrol agencies, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the Ontario Provincial Police from Canada, the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation, 3 federal department heads from various advocacy groups, Motor Carrier, NHTSA, et cetera there. Got that powerful of a group together to say the same thing. We're going to reduce fatalities by 15%. We're going to work to cut fatalities across this nation. 33,000 people killed last year. And if we're successful, if we reach that plateau of 15%, and we're not doing as well as we expect right now, but that's 4,500 people roughly. And you know, it's 4,500 lives, 4,500 communities, 4,500 funerals that you don't have, people that aren't affected by tragedy.